Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a new show we're debuting here at Changing the Questions called Let's Play TEW. Now, for those of you who don't know what TEW is, TEW stands for Total Extreme Wrestling, and it is a wrestling sim game that is incredibly in-depth. For those of you who are familiar with the old SmackDown vs. Raw GM mode or the manager mode from things like Fire Pro Wrestling, it's that times 10,000. Now, initially, when you purchase Total Extreme Wrestling, it is a fictional game. It is all fictional characters. It is fictional settings, fictional promotions. But with a very small amount of work, you can simply mod the game to be real world. And when I say real world, let's go ahead and take a look at the promotions here. I mean real world. There are hundreds of wrestling promotions in here, both past and present, that you can choose from. This is just a list of the kind of existing ones, and then there are, even beyond that, wrestling academies. And if you just take a look at some of these names, if we go back to the main company, you'll see obviously WWE is in here, World Wrestling Entertainments, you have NXT, you have companies from Japan, you have companies from literally all over the world that you have the choice of. Lucha Libre AAA, you can actually choose which regions of the world you want to start with when you begin the game, and those can be from North America, or the United States, Canada, Mexico, Europe, and Japan, I believe, are the five. And what you can do is you can choose to either be the owner or the booker of any of these promotions. And what that means is if you're the owner, you can actually just hire somebody to kind of manage your company and book the storylines and book the matches, or you can go in as a booker and you can actually set up the matches and do everything yourself. And continuing on the insanity of this game, in the mod I am using, there are over 5,000 wrestlers, again, both past and present, but all real world. Maybe if we just scroll through here, these are just the A's. We've barely gotten out of them. There we go. Now, this gives you obviously the ability to really do anything and everything that you want, and it really is a die-hard wrestling fan's dream. You can basically take whatever promotion you want, and you can even, there's even saves for and roster lists for going into the past. So if you want to rebook the Attitude Era, you can find a save for that. This one is a present-day 2016 save, and I'm going to be going through on a Let's Play series and running a promotion of my own, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the next episode. But before we do that, I wanted to take you just on kind of some of the ins and outs of the game. Just giving you an example, I created myself because I'm going to be a booker in my game, so I had to make a character for myself. And just to give you the idea of how in-depth these characters are, we have obviously birth date, debut, regenerates, which is if you are, say, like a Lucha Libre character, you can, after that character retires or dies about a year or so later, the junior version of that or a new version of that will show up. You have relationships. You can set your sexuality, so the game can put you into relationships with other people within the game. You have your sizes. If you are a wrestler, which I am not, you can do movesets, favored roles. If just take a look at this and kind of take it all in. And then you can also go into, let's see if this shows up here. Yes, okay, lifestyle choices. So this, you can actually set how much your character smokes, drinks, how much they use drugs, how much they use steroids, if they have problems with the law, if they're religious. There are so many different things you can get into, different skills. These are the different skills that you can set for your character, or any existing character if you were to choose. In terms of how they are in the ring, their scouting level, if you could set referees here, you can do so many things with this. You can also set, oh, that one didn't come out right, let me try this again. There we go. You can actually also set their business acumen, how their reputations are, owning a business. what their experiences are with different roster sizes, how they are as a booker, things like that. There is just so much you can do with this game. We'll go ahead and exit out of here. Go back to the main menu, and then this just is kind of an overview of the database that I am using. And again, just showing you, we have over 5,000 workers. We have 260 television networks. We have, let's see, what are some other interesting ones, 153 companies that are being used. There are 62 media groups, different events. There's just so much and so much crazy depth to this game that we're going to be getting into. If you haven't checked it out, you can go to, I believe, Grey Dog Software is the name of the company. I think it's just greydogsoftware.com, or you can just search for Grey Dog Software on YouTube. There's also a free version of this game called Extreme Wrestling, or Extreme Warfare Revenge is what it's called, and it's not quite as in-depth as TEW 2013. They also sell older versions of the game, I think 2010 and 2005, I want to say, which are a little bit cheaper. This itself is $35. If you want to buy it, you have to buy it directly from the website. However, it is something that, like I said, if you're a diehard wrestling fan, and it's always kind of been a fun thing in your head to want to try and book a wrestling promotion, I would absolutely recommend picking this up. And we are going to be going through and doing, I think this is going to replace one of the not changing the questions, but booking a better wrestler segments. We were doing those on Wednesday and Friday right now, but I'm starting to burn through the WWE roster really quick with that. So I think we're going to put these up as episodes every Friday. They're going to be probably 20 minutes to a half hour long or so, and then we will see what I decide to do and how I decide to book a promotion. I guess it's kind of like the ultimate booking a better wrestler, because I'm booking an entire company, but I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be WWE. It's going to be something a little bit more near and dear to everyone here at CTQ's hearts. So that's it. Be sure to, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video, because like I said, they're going to be coming out at a pretty steady pace weekly, maybe even more than that, but probably going to just start off with one a week, just so I can kind of balance out the schedule. I do apologize. I have a little bit of a cold that I'm still getting over, but be sure to, like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And then, as always, you can check us out on Twitter at ChangingTheQs, which is at ChangingTheQS, if you have any questions, comments about this or any other shows. So that's your little teaser. This is a little episode 0 for this ongoing series, and we'll see you again soon.